Who wants the ears?
We are online. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Easter Cuppa Style. This is our normal time to do an afternoon cuppa. And we decided today we're going to celebrate this beautiful holiday together and just be in each other's energy. So come in, welcome. If you want to come into the Zoom, if you want to just join us online, whatever your wish is. I can see the chat if you're watching it on Facebook or YouTube. So come join with us and be with us. Dr. Ruth Anderson will be here with me in just a minute, but we have a beautiful group of people and chatting with everyone. But first, how do we start our meetings, you guys? All right, bring my parents.
This purple still in my hand.
Like river style. Hand on the heart and slow down your breathing. Breathe in through your nose, fill your lungs up, and slowly exhale out the mouth. And then do it again and bring in some love energy to your heart. Focus on unconditional love coming from our Creator. Let that come in like a white light straight to your heart, filling it up. Exhale that love out into the world. And then the fun part that we add in is breathe into your heart and breathe somebody in there with you. Who do you want to hug? I'm giving big, big hugs to everybody I see right now. All of those that I don't see that are tuning in and watching. Happy Easter, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, oh, there's our Brookie. Yay. Let's let her in. So we're just going to go around and everyone share who you are and maybe where you are. Let's do it that way. And then we'll be doing some Easter sharing of memories or prayers, wishes, whatever you want to send out today on this wonderful day of Easter. So let's start with our Kathy Caputo.
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Kathy. Live in Long Island, New York, and Easter's a very, very special day. It's all about newness, and every single day we have a new day to start a life. And it's when you think about Jesus and how he was brought back, we can do that every day, no matter what we're going through, I think. And it's just, to me, it's a way of living, and to knowing that every day we can have the life that we really want to live. We can change anything. And I'd like to ask everyone to pray for Hado Bear superheroes. They're little kids that have either serious illness and hospitalized, or have autism. So today, that's a special day for me too, to see them on their new day and their new life, totally healthy and whole. So I'd appreciate that.
Thank you for that, Kathy. And Kathy, you have a special guest right there with you. Can Hado say Happy Easter to us?
Oh yeah, Happy Easter!
Thank you, Hado Bear.
He loves all of you.
All right, Kathy, you want to pass it along to somebody?
Sure. I think Lynn is on the left of me, just below you. So I'm going to go to Lynn.
I don't see Lynn at all.
Oh, you don't see Lynn? There she
That's
is.
not anybody's fault. I saw her before, but she might have gone.
Maybe
over.
I have to talk.
There she is. There we go.
Do you see me now, Deirdre?
I do.
Oh, good. Hi, I'm Lynn, and I'm here in South Florida. And I'm glad to be with you all. Just want to say Happy Easter. Love the purple hair. You match Jean's background. And definitely keep Kathleen, your kids in my prayers. And I ask you all to pray for my friend Linda. She's not doing super well, and I fear she won't be with us much longer, but I hope that she does. And that's all. Just happy Easter to everybody. And I'm going to pass it along to Deirdre.
Okay, then. Happy second coming, everybody.
Mhm.
It's, you know, I forgot what the question was. How did you want to start this? Oh, I'm from Staten
Where you
Island.
are, where you are, and anything you want to say to us.
Yeah, I'm from Staten Island, and I am so grateful for this family. It's the only really one I have. And being because holidays was always a big thing. I was raised Catholic, and Easter meant we got two new outfits, one for Palm Sunday and one for Easter Sunday, and then visiting relatives and eating a lot of food. It was just a party for us, and it was awesome. And this is an extension of that family's party because now I'm all grown ass up, and I have you guys. So thank you and happy Easter.
Thank you so much, Deirdre. And who are you passing it to, Deirdre?
Oh, Jim. Did we do Jim already, didn't we? Auntie Jean.
No, we didn't do Jim.
Oh, that was before we went live. Oh, okay.
Oh. Thank you. Happy Easter, everyone. Just so happy to be here. This is, holidays were never much. So this is such a nice treat to have, like, oh, Easter, friends, family, new family. This is great. So, and I live in Vermont, but I'm currently in Arizona, have been for about the last week. And this has been a particularly tough trip. And until today. And actually a couple days ago, I had the good fortune to speak with Blue Jean and then with Terry, and it just, all of the heaviness I've been having was just it brought me back to the who I wanted to be. And then today I almost like feel normal again, thanks to all you guys. So happy Easter. Bless you all. Thank you so much, family.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for being with us out there in the desert.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess Auntie Jean, you're
Hey,
the
Auntie
only one
Jean.
that hasn't spoken
I'm
to
the
us
one
yet.
left. Yes. I was admiring Jim's cactus back there. Isn't that cool? Is that live, Jim, or is that a picture?
You're
I'm sorry.
It is not, it's not live, but it was taken I'm in Tucson, and it's from the Saguaro National
Desert.
Forest just down the road a bit. I took, I don't know, a couple times ago. So it's not live, but it's local.
That's beautiful. We went there one time and camped out. I don't remember now if it was for Thanksgiving or Easter. I want to say it was for Easter, and we got snowed on in the Soraya. Yeah, really, in the desert, we got snowed on. But anyway, Easter was a big deal when I was little. We had the Easter baskets, and we had the new outfits like Deidre did, and like I told you the story about the coats, where we always got the coats until we moved to El Paso, and we never got a coat after that, and no need for one. But in Missouri, you still needed a coat in the spring there. Hi.
Hello. Happy Easter.
How are you? I've been thinking about you because of your fall. Are
Oh,
you
yeah.
okay?
So for those of you who I didn't happen to speak to, I was outside dusting snow off our lilacs and spruce tree because we had just gotten heavy, wet snow. And I came around the corner and somehow my boot slipped and I went down flat on my chest and my knees. And apparently I knocked a couple of ribs just a little out of place, which is really painful. But anyways, I would say I'm probably 50% better than yesterday. So that's good.
I'll take 100% because I'm here now.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you for asking, Jean.
Oh, well, I'm in El Paso, Texas, so we have no snow, but we have an awful lot of dust. But I was worried about you because I fell a few months ago, huh, Terry, and I fell on my chest too. Boy, that was painful. And
Yeah,
you do, I don't know whether you bruise your ribs or they crack or what. And oh, it's so painful. So I'm glad you're better.
Yeah.
But anyway, Easter was a big deal. We did the Easter baskets and we had the new clothes. We went to church, of course. You have to go to church. Very, very seldom did we make the morning sunrise because I think my parents liked to sleep late. But occasionally we made, and I did like the sunrise ones. I think they were beautiful. And then we would go on the Easter egg hunt. And it was one of the organizations. I don't know if it was Mom's Latino organization or my grandfather's. He was a Mason, believe it or not. He was a third-degree Mason, and so they always would have things for the kids and stuff. So I wasn't real sure, but it was a big deal. And now we really don't celebrate it anymore. But that's okay because that makes me be able to celebrate everybody's. Everybody. I like being spiritual but not religious because with religious you're tied into usually the customs of a certain church. But being spiritual, you can just tap into the love of everybody. And I think that's so beautiful. I hope Sue's Seder went really well yesterday. It did. Good.
I think it did. Yeah. She so Sue Seekoff, who helps doing the tech for Enlightened World Network, was on with us yesterday and had a beautiful transformative moment at Terry's astral travel class. And yeah, and some of what she saw in the astral travel thing she put in place at her cedar table. And yeah, just so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a beautiful moment. So for anyone watching that doesn't know, this is Dr. Ruth Anderson, my dear friend that I'm here with in Colorado, and we'll be here for a few days with her, and actually a couple of months in the area. And so what we're doing, Ruth, is just saying whatever we want to say about Easter, about this time together, and it was interesting, Jean, your last comment it flowed right into a meditation that Ruth and I did together this morning. And one of the things that came out in that was God's love is all inclusive. So you were talking about how, certain people celebrate and it's the belief, the dogma, whatever their concept is. But what we were hearing loud and clear is that it doesn't matter. God loves us all. And there's no exclusions at all for whatever you choose in your life to adhere to.
Yeah. So y'all are like favorite.
Yeah, we wanted to go
messages from
into
Easter?
whatever. This is all of our time, so whatever you want to share. Before you do that, can you say hello to Brookie who's watching? And Max went out on a little golf outing, so it's just Brookie watching us at the moment. I usually say hi to Max, and he always loves to chat with us.
Brookie was there. She's not there now.
Yeah, she got kicked off, so she jumped on the live stream.
Oh,
And
okay.
Catherine Kovacs is watching and says Happy Easter to everyone.
Hi,
and
Catherine.
so does Pat Moss. So thank you to all who are watching the live stream. Wishing you were here with us on the Zoom call. We've got a lot of our family that I thought were going to be here, but that's okay. It's perfectly fine that you're here sending out your wishes in the chat.
I would like to ask Kathleen something. I think that the only holiday that Jesus or the Bible, let me put it that way, seems to have told us to celebrate is the memorial of Jesus' death. That he said, do this in memory of me. You know, when he did the Last Supper, he said, do this in memory of me. So this time of the year to me is very special because it turns our mind towards him. And I also think, I think someone said this at the meeting the other night, it always brings me to the mind of Mary because of what Mary must have gone through. I guess because I'm a mother and thinking about how she felt through all of this. And I always consider, I know, I hope you don't turn me into the church or anything, but I always feel like Mary and Mary Magdalene were really the first two disciples, were the two real apostles. They were with them from the very beginning to the very end. And, you know, all of the others were important too, but they just touched my heart, the two of them.
You know, you're right. I think I agree with you. I shouldn't say you're right, but I agree with you, Jean. And the reason why you don't ever see them in the Last Supper paintings, forgive me, but it's because they were women. But yesterday, I forgot I don't think I told anybody yesterday when we did the astro travel. Mother Mary came to me and she was holding a baby. So thank you for reminding me of that, Jean. But you know what? I think you are so spot on. They were the first two to stand by Jesus and believe in him. Yeah, that's a very good point. You're very smart, Miss Jean.
Yes, she is. You know, Auntie Jean, I was brought up Catholic. Neither of my parents went to church. I used to go with my aunt and uncle, and then I had Protestant aunts and uncles, and I used to go with them. And then I had Jewish people in my family. So my parents let me, I was christened Catholic, but my parents let me decide which I wanted to really study. And I loved being in the Catholic Church, and I had no idea what it was saying because it was all in Latin. But I had that feeling there that's where I wanted to be. But with Catholic, at least for me, we didn't study the Bible that much. So I read some of it myself. One of the things that came to me was the same thing as you, is Mary seeing what was happening to her son. And the biggest thing that I remember Jesus saying is, these and greater things you shall do. And I always knew that, and I've always kept that in my mind, that no matter what's happening, we can go past it. And the teaching that I became a minister in is really more spiritual. We don't have any specific religion that we teach. And we had people from Buddhism, every different type of personality came there. But the biggest part of our textbook, which is over 800 pages, is Jesus. And we were learning how to live as Jesus would teach, rather than looking to him to do everything for us. So that's more of a spiritual thing, like you're talking about, that there's no dogma. You don't have to do things a certain way, and that there is no punishment. That since we're all made out of God, why would God do anything to hurt us? Because if that happened, it would be hurting God itself. So I love that you brought that up, that the spiritual to me is also, it's in my heart, rather than specific things that you have to do. And, oh, that means you sinned and everything like that. And that's fine. I have so many people that believe in that, and their lives are wonderful. But for me, I'm very much like you.
Can I say something about the whole Catholic thing?
Sure.
How can you believe that a God would give you a God would have human attributes like how he's a God? That's just love. It's just love. There's no other thing there. there's no judgment. You can't be judged. If you're God, you're not judging anyone. You've made everybody's included there. If you do the worst heinous things, you still get the same blessing. You know what I mean? That's why I get a little, I mean, I was like brought up as a Catholic person, but I've seen so many. I mean, granted, it gave them both comfort at the ends of their life. And I'm grateful they didn't find out the truth about the church and stuff, with all the other stuff. I mean, the whole truth of it, and it's a blessing to now know that, because the kids coming in, they know the truth. They will stand in, and if you try to tell them something that doesn't ring true to them, they'll say you're wrong, and they won't be afraid to say you're wrong. And bless them. They give me really a lot of hope for this world, because they're coming in. They're not angry. They know what their purpose is, and well, they don't have the amnesia that we did, coming in.
Yeah, I think that's the shift.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, even Mama Gaia herself is losing the matrix. She doesn't need it anymore. This is deep, folks. This has been prophesied since the Hopi Indians. And, we knew this was coming. I never thought I'd still be here when it happened, but oh my God. Remember, I used to say every day is like Groundhog Day, and then that whole divine time thing happened, and here we are. It's so cool.
Yeah, it is. We came here for such a time as this.
Exactly.
Here as those holding the light, and I love it. Yeah.
I heard an interesting talk the other day about that we're old souls. Those of us who are here now, and those of us who are awakening and becoming spiritually aware, we're old souls. We've been here many times. We've learned many things. And our purpose here is to help those who are starting to find their way, their path, as, examples and teachers. And it's very important. And I really felt touched because it said it's very important not to forget communities, to be with each other, to support each other. And I was thinking of the peas and how beautifully we care about each other and support each other. And I think I'm hoping, I'm praying, I haven't been definitely told, but I think there's lots of these little communities in different places, and we just don't realize because we're kind of isolated, or we don't realize unless we get out there, I guess, to realize how much of this is really going on. And I think it's beautiful and wonderful. And I'm thankful for every day that I'm here and I can learn more and see more.
We're thankful that you're here, Auntie Jean. For real. She's our mountaintop guru. Out in the desert.
Out in the desert, yeah. Well, there are mountains out here. They're just not very.
I've been on some of those.
Free.
Yeah.
You almost got us arrested, but that's
Waco Tanks. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know.
She just had to play that role.
I honestly didn't see the sign. But anyway, we didn't get into much trouble.
No, we didn't.
We tried. For 4 months, we tried to get in trouble.
We kind of slipped through all the little holes.
Yeah, the angels took care of us.
Yeah.
Say hi to Annie 7. Annie's watching and says, Happy Easter, everyone. And Jennifer Langren. Hello, happy Easter.
Are you stuck? Oh, it's okay.
What's going on with Thump?
He's trying to get on my lap, and his nails got stuck in the chair, in the material. All right, come on.
Happy Easter, Thump.
Come. It's the family again. Come on, say hello. Okay. Okay, say hi.
There he is.
Hi,
Sweet baby.
He's Thump P. He's a P too.
That's right, he's Thump P.
Thump P.
I love that.
Love you, buddy.
Ruth, would you like to share about Easter and anything that you want to share with us?
Well, Easter has always been my favorite holiday, always. And my guess is it's about the resurrection energy. And I grew up loving Christ, and that resurrection thing just spoke so strongly to me. My favorite Easter memory was a friend and I decorated Easter eggs and got candies together and stuff. And then we went to our other friend's home at about 4 o'clock in the morning and decorated her backyard and then woke her up. And we were only 16 at the time, right?
Okay, now it makes more sense.
Yeah, well, no, I would do it today, actually, if I had the opportunity. But so she woke up and she found the eggs, and then we saw the sunrise, and it was just so beautiful and so glorious. And my saddest Easter ever, I was about 9 years old, and we used to go to the church. It was literally across the street and up like 2 houses. And I grew up in that church. Well, my saddest Easter, I think I was 9. Woke up that morning, I was so excited to go to church, and there was 3 feet of snow outside.
Oh,
Oh.
So everything was canceled, and I was
Right.
just devastated.
you had to do Easter celebration in your home.
Not the same as going to church.
No, it's not.
No. So we're
My
going to dive.
grand-
today.
No,
Yeah.
no, go ahead, please.
What, Kathleen?
My grandfather, I had 2 cousins that we lived near each other, and my grandfather every Easter would go and get baby chicks and a bunny. I don't know where he got them from. I think I told on Cuppa this. And so we had them for the whole weekend. And then he had to bring them back. And we were all so sad. It was terrible that now all of a sudden he's bringing them back. But what he made sure that we were little. And one of us, it might have been me, or whoever, picked the bunny up by the ears. And he said, no, 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 no. You never pick up a bunny by their ears. You got to hold them underneath. Okay. But we were devastated that he brought them back. But every year he would get them for us.
Aww,
Ah.
I want
That
that.
sounds like a good business. Rent a chick at Easter.
Yeah.
For about 2 hours, and that's it.
Well, they had them for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And that gives you
I'd
time
worry
to
about-
bond with them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Prachetta says, Happy Easter, family.
Aw.
Prachetta,
Happy Easter.
here. Happy
Thank
Easter.
you.
Happy Easter.
Yeah, so what a great time. You know, I didn't grow up dyeing Easter eggs. So Ruth's going to treat me today. We get to do that.
Very good. Yay.
I love dying Easter eggs.
I don't know how we missed out on that tradition in our house, but y'all know my story. There were a million of us. It seemed like there were 13 kids, not all at one time in the house, but we always had a house full. But I don't know why we didn't dye. That just the mystery. Maybe I'll have to astral travel back there and find out.
Well, it
Good
would be
idea.
hard to get 13 children to dye Easter eggs. I was thinking of trying to get a classroom full of kids to dye Easter eggs. We'd have eggs on the floor and eggs all over each other, and it'd be
Yeah. And wasn't it you, Ruth, that said maybe it was something about the eggs themselves? Because we always had chickens, and so we always had fresh eggs, but she
What
goes,
color?
well, yeah, what color were the eggs? And maybe they weren't the kind you could dye. Like maybe they were brown, or
Yeah.
I remember having speckled eggs. Anybody ever have speckled eggs from a chicken? Yeah, Jim.
Yeah, I've had speckled eggs. Yeah, there's also kind of bluish green eggs that some chickens have.
They're so pretty.
You
They
don't
are,
have to dye them.
supposedly they all
The
taste
chicken
the
did the
same.
work.
The chicken-
Oh, my sister's here. Billy, happy
Hi,
Easter.
Billy.
Happy Easter, Billy.
Happy Easter.
She's not swimming, is she? They've been having so much water in Kentucky.
Really? Billy, are you flooding up there? I hadn't heard anything about it. Yeah, I heard about Oklahoma. Did they have a tornado? They had something that came through and they had all that flooding happen.
So here's what I think Terry and I are doing this afternoon, since she thinks we're too old to go hide eggs for a friend. After
Never.
we dye the eggs, we're going to go to Denise's house and we're going to hide them in her front yard and make her come out and find them.
Oh, I love it. And
She'll
Denise is such
love
a
it.
kid anyway.
Yeah.
She just has that beautiful childlike energy. And so, oh, I love that game plan. I hope she's not watching.
No, she-
Oh, and Billy says they're good. So
Never too old.
No.
Never too old to be a
Never too old.
kid. Swing on that swing set. Slide
So
down the
fun.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
I have a
I
cousin
agree.
that I think you know, Terry. My cousin Colleen is on the
Mhm.
thing with us. She can
Yes.
track me wherever I'm going. And all of a
Right.
sudden I'll get a text and she knows I'm at Stop and Shop, no, Rite Aid. And then she says, you're going there, aren't you? And the going there is Five Below because I go in there and I buy all these toys.
Yeah.
My basement looks like a toy store. So whenever I need a toy, I have something to give to the kids. But I think it's more that I'm buying them for myself and I just can't use them.
I think that's it. And,
I get
and
a kick
Kathleen,
out of it.
I love your mission, reaching out to those kids that just need so much love. And you know, you brought us so many that we've had on our prayer list for, I think, years now. We've had some
Yeah.
on there
I've got
for
a
quite
couple more to
while.
put up this week too. But so many of them are doing so well. Brookie's friend's little boy Divine. Oh my God, he had a heart transplant. This child is doing so well. It is just amazing
So
how these
glad.
kids can heal. It's just wonderful.
Yeah, we've been praying for Divine
Yeah,
since
that's
before
it.
For a long time.
transplant.
All the prayer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So beautiful. And I think it was Brooke on the chat that said this is the time of miracles, the powerful and potentially healing time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the time of year that her wrist function came back after not having any for a few months prior to that. I remember that, Brookie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's all the love. You know, when we think about it, we flow that love through our hearts and it comes from the divine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Incredible. If y'all missed that morning silent meditation, I encourage you to go listen to especially the part that Ruth and I shared of our meditation time together. Some of the channeled message that came through, you know, of God just sharing with us that it's for everybody. It's not for a select few. And we find that peace when we go into the love. And I love what came out that we don't hear the call to come into that energy. We feel it. And that was huge, I think. Because the angels have said that to me many times that we don't hear your words, you know, because a lot of times, like, I might say a bad word, like when I was driving on the interstate this morning and people weren't following my game plan, my agenda. But they don't hear our words, they hear the energy behind the words. And so if we're sending out that love from our heart, that's the frequency that they tune into. Okay, I was just seeing if there was anything else in the chat. And Jennifer, thank you. It's so good. Wish you were here with us. But this
Why
has
is she
been a
not? Come on, Jen.
beautiful family celebration today. And that's what we have chosen to do on this Sunday. Normally, I'm on here pulling a card for everybody, but we chose to just celebrate today and celebrate each other. Yeah, we've been doing this now for 5 years, and we're pretty comfortable sending out love from our hearts to each other. Oh, Jennifer couldn't get on Zoom. Oh, you're working on Easter. Oh my goodness, Jen. That does happen. Not everybody has that luxury of celebrating holiday with family.
There's a lot of stores that are closing, that closed. Costco, and I'm not sure about Walmart, but Costco and a few others, they've closed so that they can be with their families today. I think that's beautiful.
Target was closed, but I think Whole Foods had every single staff member there. It was crawling. I couldn't believe how many people were there.
You always wonder, why are they out? couldn't they have bought everything before the day so that they could
Right.
spend it with their family?
Yeah.
You know? See, that's my judgment thing again. I got to work on that.
You're right.
I'm always telling God I'm sorry, and then I'm saying God doesn't want me to apologize. He just wants me to change. So I gotta.
He just wants you to love.
That's it.
That's all.
Yeah, just stay in your heart, stay in that love energy. And then
Where
there's
did Deidre go?
Deirdre dropped out. She might have got kicked off. Brookie was on with us and she said it kicked her out.
Oh,
I don't know, but I'm so glad we got to see her. And she inspired you, Jean. So next time you're on Zoom, I want to see that purple hair.
well, I can't promise. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to make it.
Okay.
But
You know,
it
they
sure
make
looks pretty on her. I
they
don't
make
think
a
it would
temporary
look the
one that you
same.
can do. Yeah, they make one that lasts a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have those. Or you can put chalk. They have chalk.
Yeah.
That's a big thing for the kids now, I notice. Even the little ones. I have a grand niece that's only 4, and that's what she wanted for Christmas. So we got that for her.
Oh
So
my.
yeah, they all want that. Well, back in the 80s, do you remember we did that? I used to, when I would go to like out dancing or whatever, I would get the whatever the temporary stuff that have streaks in my hair. Wouldn't do that anymore, but that's beside the point. Yeah. So I think like that stuff is coming back again.
It's things to recycle. Yeah.
We have a beautiful message from Pachetta. She says, today is a day of such a beautiful message that goodness always and always wins over evil. Jesus has come. Love and light. The world needs Jesus. Thank you, Pachetta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful message. And absolutely, you know, if we stay in that light, there's hope, right? That's what we have. We hold on to the hope and the promises that has been made to us.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the Christ consciousness this morning. And I think she just summed it up right there. Goodness always and always wins over evil.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And what do we focus on? Because what we focus on expands. So if we focus on that thought and focusing on the light, then that expands. Yeah, I've always said that's when the real shift is going to come. When more of us want that closeness with God and walk with God than the ones that don't want it, we are going to see more peace in our world. We're going to see more love shared with each other, more smiles. And what is a smile, everybody? Spirit.
Magnify.
Magnifies.
Incredible.
Loving.
And
that's from our beautiful Marietta. She's given us so many little tidbits like that just helps us along the way to remember what we're doing. When we smile, we're sending out that loving energy. So smiling at everybody today, wishing a happy Easter. And if you're with family, give them a hug. Tell them you love them while you have time to do that. We have no guarantees. So when you're with somebody, just express. Don't hold back the words. Say the words.
I love you, Terry.
I love you, Ruth.
I love you guys, everybody.
there was a man years ago, and I can't remember his name. And he was like I don't know what he was like, but anyway, he used to have these sayings. He would have talks, and he once talked about he'd gone to a friend of his uh, wife's funeral. His wife had died, his friend's wife, and he went to the funeral, and he had the casket covered with roses, beautiful roses, and he remembered when she was alive that he didn't pay much attention to her.
Mm.
And he was telling us, you know, while they're here, give them roses every day. Throw them bouquets of roses. Why give them roses once they've passed?
Right.
You know, give them to them when they're alive. Tell them you love them when they're alive. Not wait until a big show when they die. And that always made me think, yeah, you should always show your love when the people are still alive, not afterwards.
Oh, Jean, I love you. You must have been listening in on one of my conversations this week because I was
Oh,
sharing
really?
a story and I'll share it with you all. So I got called in to a family meeting one day, and the lady that they were celebrating she was passing. It was very imminent that she didn't have it, probably just a few more days.
Mm-hmm.
And so I show up for this family meeting. They wanted me to come in and channel like an angel message for her. And she was wondering who was going to wait for her when she did pass, who were her loved ones that were waiting to welcome her. So I walk in the door and I'm carrying a bouquet of flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk over and she was in bed, so she couldn't receive it. But I just walked over and show it to her, and the family members put it on the table. But she goes, "Why did you bring me flowers?" And I said, "Because I believe that we should receive flowers while we're still here on the planet, to see them, to enjoy them, to smell them, not when we're already gone. Flowers are for you." And this biggest smile came on her face, and it lit her up. So
Mm-hmm.
people, while they're alive, that's a big message. And thank you, Jean, for bringing that up. Yeah, give those flowers now. Don't wait until it's the funeral time. Make sure you've let people know how much you care and what you think about them, and how much you love them.
Absolutely.
Oh, we have our Leo. Happy Easter, Leo. He's sending lots of
Leo.
love. And so is Joanne is with us, Joanne Castrillo, who absolutely made my day yesterday. I won't tell the story, but she gave me such relief last night. and I
Well,
was
good
just
for her.
floating. I had 3 things that I needed to find yesterday. And I found 2 out of the 3 when I was at the storage unit, including my passport. You guys can
Oh,
have
good. They won't send you to Nicaragua, wherever there's El Salvador.
well,
We
I
got to
found my
start
passport
wearing our
because
passports
Ruth
because,
and I are planning a trip. And so that was
I'm so
necessary. And I
thrilled.
didn't have it on me, so I had to go dig it out of where it was in the storage unit. But I found 2 out of the things that I needed there. And then I was still a little down because I hadn't found the last thing that I was hoping to find. And Joanne just sent me the message that she had it and she's going to send it to me. So I was very, very happy last night after that day of finding the things that were not in my possession at the moment, a little misplaced. I'd asked the angels, I called them in to help me find stuff. And that's what happens when you call for help. Things show up for you.
When you say it's dark, then the angels bring you a candle.
They bring you a candle. Absolutely. And I love that thought that came through in that meditation. What's your candle? What lights the way for you? What shines out into the darkness? And look into your heart, see what's there that you're shining out. Happy Easter, Charlie Coons. He's saying happy
Hey,
Easter.
Charlie.
And Charles, we were thinking you were going to be on with us today, but happy Easter to you and your family. All right. Well, I see my little battery thing is dwindling and dwindling. I forgot to get my cord out. when I brought my computer in. So we will conclude this. Let's just go around and then I'd like to end it there because we got some of our P's that are not doing too well at the moment. We have Kathy, who's in the hospital right now. She'll be undergoing surgery soon to remove her appendix. So we've got some P's that are hurting physically and emotionally. Praying for my dear, dear friend Sherry, who just lost her mother this week. And Janice, her mother, was a very dear friend of mine. So I'm feeling that loss and lots of loss that's just happened. Oh, well, happy Easter, Christine. I'm glad you're there with your dad. So let's go around if you have a prayer or if there's something that you want to end the show with. And then I'm going to ask Kathy Caputo if you will just end us with a prayer today. You do it so beautifully. Thank you. Jim?
Anybody gonna want to say something before we end?
Oh, I thought Jim had raised his hand, but maybe not.
No? Okay. All right. So let's just close our eyes and just know that we are right here in the atmosphere of God. We're always in the atmosphere of God. And we live in a creative medium. And that is the creative expression of God, that we are each one with each other, with a creative medium of God. And we affirm right now that there's only one life, and that life is total beauty, health, unconditional love, unconditional givingness. It's divine order and right action. And it's all that is good. And we are each made out of all of that. It's all right here within each one of us. And the peace that God is right here in our hearts, that we can go to any moment of any day, for any time that we need to affirm that no matter what's happening around us, that peace is always there. And we look to it every day, and we know that it's in everyone that we love. And so we're joyous in this moment. We're joyous in the resurrection. We're joyous in the resurrection of every day we have a new life, that we can have whatever we want, that we can change anything that's going on in our lives, because it's just a condition, and conditions can change. And so we accept this now. We know that we are beloved children of God, perfect, whole, and complete in every way. And that the Christ consciousness that was in Jesus is in us. And we are open and receptive to receiving that in our lives every moment of every day. And so with so much gratitude for our lives, with so much gratitude that we have each other, with so much gratitude, the life of God is right here within us. I release this word into the law, knowing that it's already so, and we can say together, Amen.
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 Thank you, my beautiful sister. I love you so much. I love your prayers.
Thank you.
I love all of you. Stay in your heart and stay blessed, because that's where the light is. And I'll see you all back here tomorrow morning for the morning cuppa. I can open my eyes at that time of morning. I won't wake Ruth up, I promise. So take good care, everyone. Love you so much. And all of you that are online.
Thank you, Terry.
Have a great,
Happy
beautiful
Easter.
day. Bye for now.
Love you guys. Bye.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you. I love you.